mean, that's true. They go to college, and I mean, everyone talks about it. My mom, I thought about becoming a history teacher when I was little, and my mother told me, I mean, becoming a teacher is the most educational, poor job you can ever get. I mean, they go to college. I mean, they're 10, maybe 15 years in college.
And they get paid so low.
And they get paid maybe $20,000, $30,000.
Because when you think about it, the teachers and the congressmen, they all needed teachers. So I think it's a frustration amongst the teachers. They don't get paid well. They're always being hegged on from the administration and the state, and they're not really getting any kind of support that they really need to help us. So I'm not really going to keep blaming the teachers. There are some teachers that I feel like they just hate their job, but they're just here because they know they got a little.
There are also a lot of teachers that became teachers for the wrong reasons. I think there are teachers that had bad experiences in high school, so they either take it out, and then they take their personal feelings into it so much. There's a lot of I find that there's either a lot of a lot of teachers that forget what it's like, what it was like to be in high school. Like they say things that are kind of out of date and that don't exactly apply, or they don't quite grasp the social norms. And I think there are also teachers on the other end that do understand the social norms and are trying to really make friends with some students rather than teach all the students. So if you're not in the program of their friendly, happy group, you fail.
I think there are some teachers that come here for the right reasons. Then they realize what it really is, and they adapt to how the other teachers act. You know what I'm saying? Like they just, they realize that this ain't all it's cracked up to be, but yet they need the money, so they gonna talk to you any kind of way. As long as they do their job, everything's all right. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's how I feel.
At the end of 2 weeks, you're still gonna get paid.
Teachers literally say that a whole lot. I have my degree, and I'm still getting paid. Yeah. Whether you pass or not, and I think that's what aggravates the students.
Kind of puts me off if someone to say that to me.
That is really
what they say is, I have my degree, so I learned some things I could teach you, so you can be where I am.
It's not really like that, though.
It's what they should be saying.
Oh, that's what they should be saying. In a perfect world.
Okay, but I think when it comes down to it, the administration and the teachers, they're more focused on the school succeeding. Because they're going to be able to keep their jobs, they're going to continue being paid. They're not focused on the individual students. They're more focused on the school succeeding rather than the students succeeding. And I think that's one of the biggest problems.
I also think that teachers don't understand the job titles of the administration. I think the administration just kind of throws some random people into the group and says, "Hey, this is your new boss. You have about 8 of them now," and it's disheartening for all people involved, and I think they take their frustration out on the students.
True. So, really communication. Are there any final comments?
Not that actually think of right now.
Well, I feel like when the administrators can stop looking at it as a bunch of test scores and for the students who really are, then maybe things will change, and maybe not now, not later, but it will change sooner or later. I mean, it's just,
I don't know I don't really have no say-so in what they can do in IPS, because personally I feel like it really doesn't mean anything. I already don't have a say-so in what goes on in my education now, but I will say, here at Tech, I would say that, how we have the small schools, I think instead of, how you have Magnet and then you have ACE, let's just use these two. Remember we had a conversation where people in Magnet are looked at just with higher standards, and they just looked at as better students than someone who's in ACE, when really they could have the same workability. I just feel like they should just look at us all as one.
It's true. I mean, Magnet students do have some of the workabilities. Everyone looks down on us ACE students because we're ACE and we're just troublemakers. That's not true. I work, I listen. I mean, any kid fools around a little bit in my class. I talk. I mean, I'm just an average student. I try to be the best I can be. But I mean, then again, when someone doubts you, like in class, me and Cameron, the whole class doubted us that one day, and it just makes you feel like, man, why would you do that?
You should just use it as motivation. So motivation, self-motivation, and motivation from the school and communication is the key to changing education here, period.
Not focusing on looks so much, but focusing on the individuals.
I think the administration needs to delve deeper than what what they've been doing, I think they need to understand that we're not ID numbers. We'll keep them.
Cut. That's
We're
a
students.
perfect